Right, back live tonight here on In Focus. Former Constitutional Court Justice Yvonne Mokgoro has died at the age of 73. She has stopped public engagements to focus on her recovery after being seriously injured in a car crash last year in April. The collision involved her car and a truck took place between Warrington and Kimberley in the Northern Cape. Mokgoro was the first black woman appointed to the Constitutional Court bench from its inception until the end of her 15-year term. She was also a member of the Mandela Rhodes Trust and the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. Right, we're joined now by Judges Matter senior researcher Mbekezeli Benjamin, joining us for reaction. Mbekezeli, maybe first let me give you a chance to pay your tributes to the family.
Good evening, Thabo, and good evening to the viewers. Yes, we would like to send our tribute to Justice Mokgoro and our condolences to her family, her children, her husband, her grandchildren. We are in mourning as Judges Matter as an organization, but also we join the hundreds and millions of South Africans who are also in mourning at the loss of a true hero of our country, and we should really celebrate Justice Mokgoro as a hero of our country.
Reflect on the role that she played in the legal and civil society circles.
So she's played multiple roles, and in each of those roles, she's really had a huge impact. I'll start with her legal career. Justice Mokgoro decided to go into legal academia, and she was a law professor at the University of then Bophuthatswana and later at the University of the Western Cape. She actually has 2 master's degrees, one of which was obtained overseas in the United States. And when she was appointed by President Nelson Mandela as a justice of the Constitutional Court, she was only one of 2 women who were appointed at that stage. And she was one of only 5 non-judges who were appointed to the Constitutional Court. At the time, it was really unheard of for someone to be appointed straight from being a law professor to the Constitutional Court. So she broke history. And in fact, I was just checking the records. She is the first woman to be appointed, first black woman to be appointed to the judiciary in South Africa as a justice of the courts. And so she was a pioneer in that respect. But she also has done so much more than just the law. She was the founding chairperson of the Council of the Sol Plaatje University in Kimberley, which is the first university of the Northern Cape. And she steered that university from the ground up. It literally did not exist before 2014. And she worked to make sure that that institution is now up and running and is one of our strong institutions. So she has a huge legacy and a huge impact on South African society.
Not only on South African society, it seems she played some role as well at an international level, including on the benches in Namibia as well as Lesotho.
Yes, so she was one of those judges who decided after her retirement to serve on the courts of the neighboring countries. Unfortunately, neighboring countries like Lesotho and Namibia don't have a lot of capacity, and so she was able to volunteer her services to strengthen the judiciaries of those countries. And so she wasn't only a South African, but she was a Pan-Africanist who cared deeply about the improvement of the rule of law in Africa. So she was in her formal judge role. But also, she was quite involved internationally in various organizations. She was a member of the International Association of Women Lawyers. She was a member of the International Association of Women Judges. And in those respects, she worked hard to advocate for women in the legal profession across the world. She advocated for women in the judiciary because, like I said, she was a pioneer in South Africa. And so she didn't want to be the only one. She worked hard to bring in many more women into the legal profession and into the judiciary.
Mbekezeli Benjamin, we appreciate your time and thank you very much for your reflections tonight. Judges Matter senior researcher there, Mbekezeli Benjamin, on the passing of Justice Mokgoro.